is a motion to receive and file the 2019 budget performance report.
Motion. Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Remick, supported by Councilman Bazura. Is there any discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Number 19 is a motion to approve deficit elimination plan resolution related to the Community Development Block Grant for the fiscal year end June 30th, 2019.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilman Bazura. Is there any discussion? Okay, just a quick briefing on this. This is a time issue. The state kind of has a different time than we do, so we're in no definite, any situation of concern. It's just a timing issue, and by the year end, we will be back to where it needs to be. So, is there any other discussion on that? All those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 20 is a motion to receive and file TIFA approval of commercial irrigation and turf for the pump house and irrigation controls at the Lakes of Taylor for an amount of $301,400.
Motion.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilman Remick, supported by Councilwoman Croft. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chair, this is just to let everyone know that the original pump house, what pump house we have is the original from when the Lakes of Taylor was built, so this is much needed.
Is there any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say yes.
Yes.
All opposed say no. Motion carries. Item 21 is a motion to approve the issuance of a solicitor's permit to Americans of Today for the door-to-door sales of packaged cookies and candies, permits to expire January 21st, 2021.
Motion to approve.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilman Remick. Is there any discussion?
Madam Clerk, we've issued licenses to them for at least the past few years, and there's been just one complaint.
To my knowledge, yes.
Okay. And the person's not here tonight?
I do not believe she is here. No, she is not here.
Okay, I have some other questions.
Okay. Is there any other discussion? Did you have questions for Cindy?
No.
Oh, okay. All those in favor say yes.
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 All opposed say no.
No?
Roll call.
Mrs. Winton?
No?
Ms. Croft?
Yes.
Mr. Johnson?
No.
Mr. Bazura?
Yes.
Mrs. Pats?
No.
Mr. Ramick?
Yes.
Mr. Woolley?
Yes. Motion carries. Item 22 is a motion to receive and file the Compensation Commission recommendation to set the salary for the mayor to the annual amount of $104,600 effective January 1st, 2020.
Motion to receive and file.
Support.
Okay, I have a motion by Councilwoman Cross, supported by Councilwoman Winton. Is there any discussion?
Mr. Chairman, can you explain how this would work to the public on as far as how these increases will occur, or are we voting? How will this affect when we vote? What will the vote mean?
Okay, so basically, this is a recommendation from the council, or the Compensation Commission. The compensation meets every couple years, and they determine by other cities, different lists, and they're made up of a group of residents here in the city of Taylor. It's their recommendation, and they put those in, and then normally, in the past, if we didn't do anything, it would automatically go into effect. A few years back, we decided we wanted to vote on these and make it public to let the people know how we do vote on these and whether we agree with them or if we don't agree with them. And if they are voted upon tonight, if we make a motion, or if it passes to receive and file, the raise goes in immediately, I think at the next pay. Am I right in all that? Okay. And if they're not, then they don't go into effect if we vote to not receive and file. So a no vote would be not to receive and file.
Sheila has something to say.
Okay. Sheila, did you have something to add to that? Sure. And if I misspoke on anything, please correct me.
No, you did not misspeak. Thank you, Chairman, Council, Mayor.
Yeah.
I just wanted to clarify that there actually is a city ordinance that clarifies the process.
Okay.
As you stated, every 2 years, they meet on the odd years, the Compensation Commission meets, And the actual ordinance language says that the commissioners shall set the salaries for the elected officials. Once they commence their first meeting, they have 45 days to render their determinations. Those determinations are filed with the city clerk's office. City clerk certifies them and sends them to city council. 30 days from the certification date, council has 2 options per the ordinance. They are able to reject the recommendations, or they can do nothing. And in effect, those determinations would then become effective after the 30-day period. So the motions that are on the table are receive and file. And I know that as a council, your desire was to have that for transparency purposes. But your only option would be to either reject what's been presented to you, or to do nothing, and then those determinations take effect.
Okay, so it should say a motion to reject? Because we've done, we're receiving and filing the recommendation of the Compensation Commission. So if we don't receive and file then that would not go into effect, correct?
They'll go into effect whether or not you receive and file them. Your only way to not have them go into effect is if the city council actually approves a motion to reject.
Okay, so we'll have to amend these to, it would be a motion to reject, and then that way we could have a yes or no vote. So a yes on a rejection would be for the raise to not go into effect, correct?
I'm going to defer that to Corporation Counsel, as he may be a little more privy on the actual correct
Well, if
formation
we're
of the
rejecting
motion,
something,
but
we're rejecting it not to go into effect, so. I mean-
past practice, the motions have been either to reject or to receive and file.
Okay,
And the act of receiving and filing is in essence, you're not taking an action because you're not rejecting and you're not approving. So it's just a receive and file, and then those determinations go into
okay,
effect.
so we can still amend the agenda at this point. So 22 through 27 will now read a motion to reject. So by voting yes, you are rejecting the pay increase, correct? Does
That
sound
would be
right?
how I understand
Okay.
it too.
Everybody in agreement with that?
Would that be as a bundle?
No, we're doing each one individually.
Okay.
Yeah,
All right.
we're doing each office individually.
Yeah.
Yes is
So-
reject, no is not correct.
Right, so you, by voting yes, you're rejecting the raise increase.
Yes to reject, no.
Okay, thank you. So that's what we're gonna do, it's gonna be a motion to reject. Okay?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
My name's Colleen Kelly. I live at 14693 Bailey. First, I would like to say if ordinance shows up at my door tomorrow or in the following weeks, I will contact Wayne County, because that's what happened last time I spoke. I don't know about other people, but I don't think now is the time for raises with the conditions the city is under. That's my personal opinion. I don't know if other people feel the same, but I've heard that through the parking lots that we have now, $1.3 million has passed through hands. So I don't think anybody needs a raise at this time. Thank you.
I have something to say.
Sure.
I would like to say, and I understand and respect your opinion, I would like to say that just because you're an elected person, you are a compensated elected official, and people's time is valuable. Most people receive raises on an annual basis. This council hasn't received a raise for 4 years. The clerk and the treasurer, and the mayor, I don't think have received a raise for 2 years. So
I understand people are due raises. I just don't think now's the time. The treasurer's newly appointed.
Mrs. Kelly, yeah, you made your, okay, I
and
appreciate
I'd also
it.
like to say the treasurer's doing a wonderful job. And I'd also like to say, I'm not sure what conditions you're talking about that the city is in. We are not in a deficit. We are not in the red. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
Douglas Mannix, 11751 Beach Daily. What percentage increase is this? Is it over the cost of living?
I don't believe so. It's, yeah,
Why give us-
I would refer.
Why give us a number and not show us what the raise is? When I negotiate a raise,
I
I
think
have
it's
to have
less than
some kind
1%,
of...
I would
Less than
imagine.
1%, that's correct.
Jason, can you come up and, do you know what the percentage of the raises is? I mean, is it, I think it's less, I'm sorry to put you under that, but I think,
I think Sheila has that answer.
oh, Sheila has it, okay. Yeah, it's less than 1%. And I think that encapsulates every elected.
Excuse me?
It encapsulates all elected up here. It's less than 1%.
It varies depending on which elected official you're talking about in terms of the percentage of salary.
But it's based on their salary already, but it still would be under 1% on everybody, wouldn't it?
I don't believe it's less than 1%.
Okay. Sheila?
It's $1,000 more for the mayor than last year?
I think it's
That's
two.
it?
I think it's 2,000, if I'm,
Well, 2,000 is a 1%.
Maybe Sheila knows the answer.
right, yeah,
I think, yeah, I'll defer to Sheila if not. I think I know the answer too.
okay. 4?
Just in attending the meetings with the commissioners, it's not a straight percentage across the board. Their decision was to change the salary amounts. So I can tell you the increases, the mayor's increase is $4,000, the clerk's increase is $5,000, and treasurer and council is $1,000.